Please be good.
That's the guest couch. Wait a minute. So if you had multiple cameras, you could switch between them?
That's dope.
We need. This is just the tip. Let's just have fun. Ooh, starting the stream, and we are live.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
Dude.
good.
What up, world?
What up?
So first thing I'm discovering is that I do not look in the mirror nearly enough. I'm a very hairy person. When did that happen?
Dude, in puberty? You've been pretty hairy most of the time I've known you.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm gonna have to get a
I do
mirror.
remember a time when you were beardless.
Yeah, I used to shave my head every
pretty
year.
early. I don't remember you with a shaved head. I'm pretty sure I would remember that.
Dude, every year I have pictured my badge, my marijuana enforcement badge. I look like a skinhead.
That's awesome. That's awesome. This is on the Liquid Sound Disciple thing, right?
Yeah, this is Liquid Sound Disciples YouTube. So,
Yeah.
liquidsounddisciples.com. Pretty sure the name of the group is Liquid Sound Disciples, yes.
Yeah.
liquidsounddisciples@gmail.com is the email address we're using for this.
Yeah.
When did that name come to you?
It was my sophomore or junior year in high school. I'm pretty sure it was the end of my sophomore year. We were rhyming with Ill Rated, remember? And we were all talking about being a crew and stuff. And I was already thinking about what would end up being Coliseum. Oh, we gotta check the beans, man.
That's bad.
Well, I mean,
It's all good.
it's
Not
better
a bad
than that being
idea.
burnt. It's
Citrus
better.
is going to go do it, so you can keep going.
But then he's missing the awesome story. Like,
I
he
didn't
was
miss
the
him. The beans messed him.
He was the one that asked the question.
It's all good. Let's go.
So
He's missing.
I can hear you.
okay, yeah. So yeah,
We're
that's a
in a
good point. Yeah. So anyway, we were talking about being a rap crew,
Yeah.
and with this other buddy of mine, ours, Ill Rated, and I don't know. I was definitely into doing drugs back then. I had not yet tried LSD at the time, but I definitely wanted to. I would end up trying it like later that summer. And I don't know, I was just, as I was thinking about it, it just kind of like, I knew that I wanted something to be, I knew I wanted something that would piss my parents off because I knew it would be cool if it pissed them off, you know?
Yeah.
That was part of it. I was also, like I said, I was kind of catching on to what I thought was, you know, the big lie that we're often sold, and, you know, in particular the war on drugs and all this stuff. And so I wanted to kind of make that statement, but I also wanted it to be intelligent and deep, and, you know, and so I actually thought about those particular, you know, what words would fit in for those letters, and nothing really made sense for what, you know, I wanted to do as a rapper, you know. But liquid, if you look up all the definitions of liquid, that's how I am as a rapper. Back then it was really important, and even now it was very important to me to be versatile, and liquid is a very versatile state of matter. You can do a lot of stuff with it. Sound, a message, obviously music, the way we speak, being stable, and language. I mean, that's what it all boils down to. And so I ran it over, you know, with Trey and Ill Rated, and they liked it, so we kept it.
And then disciple, as in like this is.
Always learning.
Oh yeah, disciple. That's what I meant. I was all language. I was all thinking sound language. Yeah, disciple. Yeah, always learning, always, and then, but also part of discipleship is spreading the word.
Right.
So it's you are attaining knowledge and disseminating that knowledge.
True.
For sure.
So
For sure.
yeah, hell yeah, dude. Yeah. So
Discipleship
Origins.
almost has like a religious overtone to it.
So
like, you were
back
that
then,
committed to
so
it.
that back then, I was definitely interested in gangs and organization and camaraderie, and part of my scheming behind the whole culture. Part of my scheming behind getting LSD to be big and popping off was derived from drug culture and gang culture, stuff that I had seen just a little bit in junior high, and then eventually read about. I basically read about in libraries and saw movies and stuff, and basically decided, I want to be a gangster. So yeah, the religious connotation was derivative of that. There's a lot of gangs, especially back east and Midwest, like Chicago area and stuff, that have disciples in them, and there's motorcycle clubs that have disciples as part of their name. So
For sure.
Yeah.
Did it become nerdcore before I came along?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I was always trying to be hard and rugged with it, but by the time I was in high school and really leaning, towards rapping, I was much more Wu-Tang with it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, so I was like at night I would read the thesaurus. Just like go page by page. Like, yeah.
Of things that you thought were thug as fuck, or
no,
like
just
whatever you wanted to rap about.
No, I would just read, like, whatever the first page of the thesaurus is. Read all of those words.
Okay.
And then turn the page and read all of those words, and then just read the thesaurus.
For sure.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, we were definitely nerdy back then. I was always talking about being a superhero, and
They said Afro got so good at rapping because his punishment growing up was being forced to read the dictionary. So he just
yeah, dude,
ended up being ridiculously good with the vocab. But his rhythm is also absolutely legendary. Like you had to have spent hours practicing your breath control to make that happen.
Oh yeah, dude.
And the sharpening the tongue.
Oh yeah, dude. There is, to be good at anything, there is a lot of alone time.
For sure.
Even that was the thing in school. Like even in the middle of class, paying attention or not paying attention, goofing off or not goofing off. Either way, I was probably writing rhymes at the same time.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I wrote a lot of rhymes in high school.
Yeah, it was just. I don't know, man.
Well, they were cool for what they were. The stepping stones, to get where we were. But yeah, they were definitely, trying to be cool in school, not acting a fool, type of stuff. So,
no, mine was way doper than that. I was just using a whole lot of. I was just using a whole lot of big ass words.
Yeah.
Pyroclastic flow.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
My first rap was about robbing old ladies.
You?
First rap I ever wrote. Because I just thought it was really funny to act like that was hard.
Right. Okay. See, the difference was, I thought that the whole being hard thing of rap, the difference for me was, I thought the whole, being hard in rap stuff, I thought you had to actually live that life for people to take you seriously. So,
right.
My plan was to go out and live that life. And then I found out that I am way too much of a sissy for that shit. Fuck that. I'll just go home and rap about love and shit like that.
Yeah, or whatever the fuck you want to rap about.
Yeah.
Why does there have to be a box over what is dope and what is not, and what has to be in the picture frame to be a rapper? It's like literally all the boundaries are gone nowadays.
And that's where dudes like, when I started hanging out with you, and back at that same time I started hanging with the Indigo Kids.
Yup.
And I was already hanging with Desert Militia, and like got to see a different side of rap, the not so hard side of rap. And it's weird because what I like about you probably the most is the way that it sounds like you're yelling and about to kick the shit out of somebody, but you're really talking about giving them a hug. Like,
yeah, I'm really aggressive with my loving. That's how it does it.
Yeah, like a mama bear.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, dude.
So here's a question for both of you: have you ever thought about quitting, and/or like does that run through your head all the time? Word. See, that's I think a lot of artists do.
Wow. So, all right, dude. All right. Man, you're crazy, dude. All right, so
this is why I don't rap that much, cause I just say yes and no every day. I'm like, yes, no. Yes, no.
So back in the day, and I don't remember how long ago, man. This was 9 years ago, maybe. I quit, man, and you know I was just feeling all stressed out, man. LSD broke up for like the third or fourth time. The original LSD was us three.
Well, yeah.
We had some serious shit to work out.
God. What up, Ill Rated?
What up, man? Dude, Ill Rated is actually I'm his daughter's godfather. Mm-hmm. Right.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and his daughter is also my niece.
Ill Rated is technically his brother-in-law.
No shit.
Ex-brother-in-law.
Oh, they're not together anymore.
Right.
Brother-in-law's sister-in-law's baby daddy. That's a good one to say.
Nah, dude, he's our buddy.
Oh, he's our buddy.
He's our buddy, dude. That's what's up, dude. Dude.
But I mean family connection.
Right, so, but yeah, we're actually, like, related by marriage or something.
Yeah. You banged sisters together.
Not together.
Not at the same time.
Made love with sisters together.
Dude,
You impregnated some sisters.
Hey.
Not black chicks.
What?
But
Right. I mean,
because I said sisters.
Right.
Anyway, sorry to diverge.
Yeah.
You were talking about quitting rap.
Yeah. So we had broken up again and or split up, whatever the word would be. And I was all stressed out, having like kids and working, crazy hours and stuff, and I was like threw in the towel, thinking I would, better my life, but I just turned it into a asshole, bro. Fucking culo, dude. Tara basically told me I had to start rapping again, or it would be all over,
For sure.
And
just like when you stopped smoking weed.
Right, dude. Like that was, dude. When was that? That was like right around the same time. What was I thinking, bro? Like derailed my whole existence there for a little bit. It was insane. And then I don't know, man. There was a moment just recently, about not even 2 years ago, I guess, that I was thinking kind of negatively about things. I had and then, then they said, then my old lady said, my wife said, hey, why don't you move up to Colorado, or go stay in Colorado for a while and see what the scene is like up there. So I did, and dude, it's been amazing. Been having the time of my life, doing some great shows. I got to open for my Idol and stuff, and so I remember that. I was there for that. Yeah, dude. What up, Rugged Man?
Rugged Man.
So yeah, dude. I guess I wasn't really thinking about quitting. I was just feeling really negative. I guess I was just feeling sorry for myself for whatever reason. Just like all bummed out. Like,
Well, I mean, like, unless you're seeing success absolutely every single step of the way, and you don't fall into any pitfalls at all, it's hard for me to imagine a person not thinking like, why the fuck am I still doing this? Because if you've become addicted to doing hip hop and writing, and it's like one of the most fun things you've ever experienced, when you're not doing it, you feel like you're fucking up. So, but at the same time, if you've made absolutely no progress for however many years, or very little progress in however many years, you're like, am I just banging my head against the wall? Is this not my path? Has God not made this my fate? You know what I mean? Am I meant for something else? Yeah, I think it's just natural for people to think that, because how many people, well, everybody talks about this being their passion. Like every rapper that gets on stage, that's what almost every single song is about. It's like, I will kill for this shit.
Right.
And if everybody feels that way and everybody's in the culture is about at the same level, like not many of us are getting that much from doing it, then like we all got to be sort of in that headspace, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And it's a terrible spot to be in. You start to wonder, you know, you hear the expression, dude, the writing's on the wall. But, you know, you're so focused, you got these, you know, blinders on, you can't see the writing, right? But do you want to? Not sure. Really. You know, I guess. Huh? What? The question is, like, the question that comes up is, you know, how much is too much? And then the answer I keep giving is, I don't know, there's such a thing. I don't know, man. I just got, well, you know, when I'm like, all right, man, I just feel like, oh, I'm so frustrated. I'm gonna write about it. You know?
Right. I mean, I decided recently that I have visions and goals for my albums and in the way I want my music to sound in the future. And ultimately, I don't control other people, and I don't want to. I want to just make my music available to them. And as long as I am accomplishing the type of music I have in my mind and I'm putting it out there, I'm successful. I've done it.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to keep doing that.
As long as you make the music you want to make, you're successful.
That makes sense to me, dude. I mean, yeah, it's not like I'm going to quit. Go ahead.
I was just, if nothing else, making music to listen to it, because that's like one of the best feelings in the world. Making money and having other people listen to it, that's a bonus.
Alright, I know I gotta keep doing it, because quitting is probably the worst thing I could imagine doing. Like, that is the worst fear I have, is like having no spirit to go on and keep writing and keep making this music and keep performing. You know?
Yeah. Right. And I've never been a quitter about anything, man.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
I'm a doer, not a don'ter. That's right. And I'll drink to that out of my green mason jar of water.
Yup. So, segue. Also, you know, this is the first video of many. We're just starting this out, you know, streaming on YouTube and such.
His name is
TuffKookyz, a.k.a. Trey.
My name's Citrus. Hi.
And I'm Ephewe. Nice to meet you guys.
We're Liquid Sound Disciples. And
part of Liquid Sound Disciples.
True. We're just Rorschach.
We are Rorschach. What you see is what you get.
It's true.
Yeah.
We got some music videos uploaded here very soon. Working on that out here.
There are some music videos currently.
There's
on
a couple.
The Liquid Sound Disciples channel. If you guys want.
No, there's it's on my channel. There's nothing on his. The first video we're putting on.
This is not on Liquid Sound Disciples?
Yes, but this is the first video that's going on here. There's going to be some music videos uploaded to this channel very soon.
I get it. Did you guys know that we're going to upload some videos
this
soon?
This is the channel. But not.
This is our channel. Exactly. And we are Liquid Sound Disciples.
I have my own channel. I went to school for film and stuff, so I had all my stuff put on there, up to a couple of videos I did for him. But now it's just on and popping. It's time to work. You know, it's time to get it going. And
I'm working on a video for him.
It's true. Yeah, and this guy's getting it. So
you know, doing everything he can.
Yeah. LSD as a whole, there's a portion of us that are unable to be here. What up, Maccabee and Symbolic?
Yeah.
What up, 808?
And 808, dude. 808, dude.
What up, ID and Transfer?
Yeah, those are the newbies. And Cody.
What up, Cody?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love you.
I like people too, but what up, yo?
Yeah, what up? And anybody watching.
Yeah.
Anyway,
any other
that
friends?
album, Second Dose, is going to be coming out probably
Second Dose is
early next year, maybe the spring is what we're thinking.
spring at the latest, man.
Yeah.
That's our cutoff.
Yeah, dude. We're thinking like, what was that? It was April, right? So
Yes,
like,
April.
Yeah, we need it
so
by spring.
March.
That'd be a good time.
Yeah.
We're trying to do March, guys.
Trying to do March.
Yeah, Second Dose. First Dose is going to be available online. Is online at liquidsounddisciples.com.
Second Dose is gonna blow it out of the
That is
water,
true.
though.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Hey, it's a next step up. It might be a big step. I'll tell you that much.
Somebody's going to have to lift me because I'm too short.
Yeah,
Guys, I don't know if I'm going to have to climb this one instead of step.
Yeah, dude, he's gonna need like a
I'm going to have
lift.
to jump.
You should have seen the lift I got
stool.
on today.
You were freaking out, weren't you?
Actually,
the
I
beans?
wasn't freaking out as much because it was the next. You know, I feel better about it. I trust these lifts now. I'm not scared of heights. I just don't trust those lifts, and I don't like those things. So now that I know they won't fall.
So a lift is.
It's one of those scissors lifts that people have died on.
Dude, get out of here, man. This fucking guy.
I know one story. Doesn't matter.
I was thinking like the online taxi cab.
No, I'm sorry, not
service.
LYFT. Not LYFT, but LIFT. Anyway,
Like a man lift or
I had
people
to
lift.
I had to get up on a scissors lift to take off lights from a high ceiling by myself with no spotter.
Is it like one of those cherry picking things? Like,
Yeah,
basically.
Okay,
But it's one of the safer ones. It's not a
Cherry
bucket.
pickers are more like an arm, you know? They open up like
cherry
this.
pickers are a bucket. This thing is more safer, but still, it's not like support beams come out. It's just you can still drive that thing up in the air. And I'm
Dude, don't do that,
dude. I trusted it a little bit, you know. Hey, we got a few people.
You're the reason people
hold on.
die on those.
Hold on, we got people in here. Let me. DJ Mike is here. DJ Mike is in the fucking building.
Nice.
Did you already know that?
What?
Is that why you said what up to them? Anyway, DJ Mike, who is this? Yo, Trish.
What up,
Dylan
ID?
from Sprint. What up, y'all?
Down
ID's
from
here.
Sprint.
Oh, it's Dylan from Sprint.
That's what we said,
hilarious.
Dylan from Sprint.
Yeah, but I didn't register.
ID, we totally got a plan tomorrow out. I'm trying to come up there for my supplements.
Dude.
We should shoot a music video or something.
Bro, seriously, like, it's a rare occasion the three of us have the day off, so, you know, bro, give us a call. You could be on air with us, bro. It'd be awesome. It'll be like you're on the show. ID is part of LSD also.
Hell yeah, he is.
He's with Citrus and Transfer in a group called Symphonics.
But life.
Symphoes.
Dude, we have a very complicated gang life. Like, if we were a real gang, it'd be like, dude.
Oh, dude.
We'd be covered in tattoos.
I think about that all the time. I got Symphonic, I got Rorschach, I got Beast, I got, you know.
Ayo!
By the way,
Yeah.
since 5 people are watching, anyone who's watching, if you just, share that shit, let that shit. 3 people only now, but share it. Share it on YouTube, share it on Facebook. I don't know, wherever you need to do it. Hook us up.
That would be very friendly.
Very awesome.
Fucking tight. What were we talking about?
I don't
It was
know. I don't mean to
dope, dude.
cut
It
it
was
off.
so dope.
It was about
I
these
was like,
people
yeah.
and ID and Symphonic are awesome.
Yeah. So
When are you making a solo album, TuffKookyz?
When the people deserve one.
It's
we're taking our first caller on air. Hello, caller. I'm
Caller.
gonna put you on speaker.
What up, yo?
Dude, Maccabee!
It's Tucson.
That's LSD Tucson Division. Up here.
Hold up. I gotta turn my TV off real quick because this shit's on delay and it's killing me.
Word. Got it.
What
Yeah, you gotta turn the mute off for sure.
Dude, you like what you see? What? Is it good?
Yeah, man.
Word.
I see 3 dudes right now I know pretty well.
How
All right,
well?
Trey told me.
How well do you want to know us?
Trey told me you've been working out at the YMCA.
Dude.
Shit.
Dude, I'm fucking beefcake. Wait till you see that, dude.
Show him an ab, I guess.
Dude,
Damn it.
we just
one
worked
ab, and then we're moving on.
We just worked on this video, and I did my first like ladies shot. I'm all standing there on this mountain with my jacket open, all flexed out. It's pretty dope, dude. It's coming out in December. Yeah, believe it or not, that's this. Remember that Scars track from the album? Yeah, it's that one.
Yeah, what LSD has obviously been missing is sex appeal.
Dude. Well, I mean...
Interesting. Last time I saw you, your hair was much shorter.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet, man. It feels right having it long. Although my beard surprises me every day I look at it.
Different look almost every time I see you.
What can I say,
it's
man?
not always like 2 times I see you, and you look the same. You know, I like that you're always like trying new shit. You know.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to shave my head once a year back in the day, not because I thought it looked good, but because it was like a energetic release. And also, it's like, without this, I'm somebody else.
Yeah.
You know? People won't...
Dope, you guys doing a live stream and shit?
Dude, yeah, we're gonna start...
Live stream!
I just checked into Facebook. I don't usually do that, but I was. And then there was Trey sharing this link. I clicked it. Boom, here I am watching you, dude.
Yeah,
Dude.
you must have been tapped in, bro.
That's the shit. What you been up to, man?
Oh, shit, man. Just working my ass off right now.
You're gonna get rich.
Like, hey, you can't have no overtime. I'm like, then get me the fuck out of here, please. I want to go home and spend some time with my kids.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that, dude. How
Fucking
is
A, man.
he, man?
Oh, he's feeling good. He's about to turn 2 in January.
What? Oh, man, time
Yeah,
flies.
dude, he just figured out how to climb out of his crib last weekend. Yeah, so that's where I'm at right now.
Oh my god,
Dealing with that shit.
dude.
We had to get him a toddler bed.
What's a toddler bed?
You put salt in here,
I don't know, dude. It's like something you get when
I
they
didn't.
fucking climb out of their crib and start crying. 6 a.m. in the morning. Waking your ass up.
Fuck that shit. Oh my god. Dang old kids, dude. Ugh. I'm all,
I'm gonna kick it with you in the chat, but I don't want to take up all this time on the phone here with you.
Word up,
I
man.
just want to say, man, I'm real excited to hear the Second Dose album.
Dude,
Real excited.
our next studio time is the 25th, and my plan is to mash it completely out. Your studio time is then?
No.
Oh, you said you're excited. My bad.
I don't know. I said I'm stoked.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was like,
If it is my studio time, it's going to that.
word.
Supposedly, I talked to this, and
Word. Duh.
What?
if you know what I'm talking about, we're good.
Alright,
Yeah.
brothers, I'm gonna let you get back to the live
Alright,
stream.
dude.
I'm gonna kick it with you in the chat, alright?
All right, man. Cool. Thanks, dude. Good to talk to you.
Alright, talk to you later.
Peace. So that was DJ Maccabee. He's the producer of Second Dose. And dude, he's come a long way, as a producer from the time we met him. When we met him, he was only doing like techno. I don't even know what it would be called.
EDM.
House, EDM. Which, he's pretty good. But man, he knew nothing.
Yeah, he became hip hop as fuck.
Yeah, we trained him up. Yeah.
I think his beans are good. You want to come check these out?
Yeah. He asked the beaner to check out the beans.
Oh, yeah, they're good.
Huh?
Oh, now it's just me and
I
you.
mean, they need the salt.
Hey, baby.
need the salt.
I need the salt.
I don't know. Put it a little bit. Oh, it's so hot.
I need to
We're gonna have to
come up with something clever. say while they're gone. I mean, they'll be back any second now. But
try it.
thought I'd be able to speak more than this. How you guys doing tonight? Me too.
Get some bumps and beans.
Oh. What up, guys? So, Dizzle over here made some beans. They taste pretty good. But he made all of them. The whole bag.
All
okay.
4 pounds.
4 pounds.
That is an insane amount of beans.
Dude, it's enough to feed homeless people, man. Like, we're gonna have to.
Exactly why I don't cook. Don't let me.
I wasn't
dude,
here.
hey,
I was at
great,
work.
man. You got 4 pounds of beans now. You don't
I'm
have
not
to.
gonna eat
No,
4
now-
pounds of beans.
Now we have like
I'm gonna-
6 pounds of beans because
No, exactly.
there's water in there.
I'm gonna no.
It's like-
It's 4 pounds, but it's way more cups than it was. But I'm gonna die from diarrhea and flash.
Dude.
It's all good. We're gonna. It's almost holidays. Bums, dude.
Dude.
Yeah. It's a big home. It's a big
pot of beans.
camping.
This is soup kitchen pot of
what
beans.
You know what I felt
All
like?
him tonight.
You know what I felt like? You know what I felt like? I felt like what's that movie where he cooks beans with the homeless person in the gutter? In Home Alone, was it? No. It was, anyway,
I don't know. I was thinking like
there's one where he
Food
just,
Line in the Great Depression.
yeah, man. You know how like a hobo with his little knapsack on a stick goes and cooks with one of those.
Not that much.
Not that much.
A can.
Yeah.
That knapsack was a 4 pound pack of beans.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. That was sounded like such a pain in the ass process to cook those goddamn beans. I did not want to do that again.
He didn't want to get it all done. Be like, dude, let's just have enough beans for like a week.
Yeah.
a week. I cooked too many beans last time we made beans.
It's true.
And that was.
I should have only made 1 pound. Probably not.
Like 3/4, I think. That would have been good. Cause that's like a couple days. Cause I'll eat beans for 2-3 meals in a row. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Who cares?
Just help me, and we'll give them to bums.
Yeah.
I mean, not homeless people.
Yeah, I don't care if he's a bum.
I'm a bum, really.
Yeah. Right.
All right.
Vernacular. You gotta get that shit correct. So what's up with you, Citrus? How'd you get the name Citrus?
Funny story. When I was going to Palmer High School out here in Colorado Springs, we all hung out at this park next to the school, and a lot of bums were a part of that park. A lot of kids who ditch class all the time were a part of that park, and they all had little nicknames. Nobody went by their actual name. And I was talking to this guy named Spagoo about it, which is for Spastic Mr. Magoo. What up, Spagoo? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're still alive, man, for real. I hope life's treating you well. Anyways, I was like, how do people get these names? Spagoo's like, you want one? I'm like, yeah, sure. He's all, how about Citrus? Next day, everybody knows me as Citrus. So it just sort of stuck. I started rapping maybe like 6 months after that. It was sort of in the same span of time, so ended up sticking.
So you got your name before you started rapping.
Yep.
I'd like to take a poll. I'd like to know how many other rappers out there or artists that, you know, have assumed a name, nom de plume, as it were. What was the timing? Were you an artist before you assumed the name, or did you assume the name because you were an artist? That's water.
I think a lot of people assume the name because they're an artist. At least that's the way it's been since I've been talking to people.
That's what
But
I think. Most people, yeah.
like Transfer started calling himself Transfer More when he started rapping, but that was his rave name back in the day.
Makes sense. Such a raver. I could totally see Transfer.
Dude,
for one or two tracks,
he's a pretty good dancer.
For one or two tracks, he was YDB, which is Young Dirty Bastard, Young Daniel Badagali.
Oh, nice. Nice. Young Dirty Bastard.
The problem with that is there is a Young Dirty Bastard. It is Old Dirty Bastard's son.
Oh.
And he's rapping his raps on tour with the Wu-Tang and shit. So.
Sick.
Yeah, it's got to be crazy, right? Like, Old Dirty Bastard was not a good dad. He's literally
like 16 kids.
The old dirty bastard, and he particularly Young Dirty Bastard. Evidently, he made him watch him smoke crack and shit, and just some not so cool stuff that I'm sure his son would have been upset about. But now he's on tour with the Wu-Tang Clan. Like, he's set for the rest of his that's my dream.
Yeah.
So I just wonder how he feels about it, where his headspace is at. It's got to be surreal.
Wow, that'd be interesting to know. Yeah. Wow.
No.
That would be dope. What about you?
What about me? I just do this
What's
shit.
What's cracking?
I wish people could see Trey's setup, because it makes me think of Rick's garbage cart. It's like
your hair,
It's like high technology, but
just piece together Frankenstein.
Yeah, on like a dude, I put mine on a milk crate. Look at get it. Virtual tour.
You can't see that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
See what's the. There we go. They're allowed to see whatever.
Yeah, they can't see some stuff. Anyways, yeah, that's nice.
Fucking hey, dude. So, I got some good compliments at work today.
Yeah.
Some Mino compliments. I guess they have these, conversations with the bosses, and they talk with the district CEOs or whatever, and my name came up in a mad good way,
Nice.
So I'm pretty excited, pretty proud, so if you see me walking a little bit taller, feel free to make a joke. But you can't tell, but the reason I'm sitting in the front is so that I'm sitting actually much farther forward than Trey is, so that I look taller. I look like the same size as everybody else. Citrus is a lurking giant. That's why we have him way in the back.
I was thinking of alternate AKAs for us, because we got AKA Dick Money Gang.
Dick Money!
AKA the Yeti Family.
Yeah.
Something along the...
I like the Yeti fam, dude.
Big Fit Fam, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, Yeti fam.
Because you're the Yeti, and I'm the Red Yeti.
And you can...
Cody's Yeti Jr.
Yeah, you got a Yeti up, dude.
Shit,
Black Yeti. So cheap, dude.
Shout outs to Yeti, actually. That dude's pretty dope.
And I haven't drank a Yeti in a while, but the Yeti beer from Great Divide, oh, that was like...
Dude, I love
such a bum. Oh, good. Great. Yeah. Yeah, I just had a Riesling recently. It's like the first time I drank a wine and actually knew what was different about it. And knew, you know what I mean? Because, like, all the other wines I've had, it's like, it doesn't really taste that good. I don't like it. Or, all the red ones seem to taste the same to me or whatever. But the first time that I was like, oh, wow. This one's like dry, and it's because I like dry stuff, like gin. I drink gin.
Yeah, I like my gin too.
Tanqueray and tonic, baby. It's like, yeah. Some people call it Christmas tree water. Whatever, dude. I'm like Santa Claus. Get the fuck out of here. I'm like a reindeer. I'm like a reindeer, bitch. So you guys got plans for Thanksgiving?
I'll be eating with my aunt.
Sweet. Where's that?
Aurora.
Dub.
So what motivates you?
What motivates me?
Yes.
To rap or just in general?
I would say in general. Like, what keeps you going throughout your day? Is there something you look forward to?
Yes. I want to be the best, and I want to... What, dude? Period. Yeah. And,
That's it. All I do is that.
No, and I want to help people.
Everything.
I like it. I like
How
helping
do
people.
you want to help people?
The easiest and my go-to thing is to try to bring happiness and joy into people's worlds. I was a really angry dude for a long time, and that shit was not cool. It didn't work out for me at all. It was like I realized very quickly that that's not me, man. I'm trying to be a tough guy. I am a tough guy, but I have decided that
just because Zangief bad guy doesn't mean Zangief bad guy.
Right. Yeah, that's it. I mean, helping people. But, I mean, any way that I can, man. Like, dude, it's the simplest things, the most humanizing things that people overlook all the time. And those are the types of things I want to do, and really just making somebody smile. A little joke here and there, a little word of encouragement.
Right. It's like, it's hard to conceive of changing the world and doing something like huge for all of humanity, but it's very easy to make the people around you smile. It's very easy to do good things for the people around you.
Yeah, and it's important to.
For sure.
I mean, and that's it took me a long time to realize this, a lot of growing up and maturing and having life experiences, but ultimately that's what I always wanted LSD to do, was to be able to influence people. Not so much to influence their behavior or, what's right and wrong, just to influence people to think differently.
For sure. Absolutely.
And that's, to me, that's, something helpful
for
people, is like evolving.
I strive to give people the same feeling I got when I heard my first, dope hip-hop, The shit that was like, oh my god, you can do this with hip-hop? Totally opened my mind to something, and it gave me this huge amount of joy to, listen to it and chew it apart. So I wanted to, recreate that and give it back. That's
dope.
Yeah.
That's really dope.
Which, was what I think what you're getting at.
Yeah, giving back. I mean, as an artist, I mean, that's the, that's, I think that's what the whole point is,
Right.
And giving back in life, just in general, giving back, dude. I don't know how statistics works, or I guess statistics, but probability. When they talk about probability, they say, have you seen this video online that says 1 in 4 trillion are the odds that you're born, and whatever. If that's true or not true, the fact is you're alive, you're here, you made it this far. Something's been working out for you. It's time to pay that forward. No matter what time it is, it's time to pay that forward.
Totally. Totally.
It's never the wrong time to...
I actually was listening to Duncan Trussell today, and he was saying, well, not even him, there's a lot of cultures in the world that say that the meaning of life is to be of service. What do you think about that?
Say it again. I'm sorry. I was reading about I can't remember where DMG the name comes from.
Dick Money Gang?
Yeah, Tyler. 808.
808 was just like, dude, you know what? We should just have an alter ego that's just Dick Money Gang or something that, and it was hilarious.
Yeah. So when something's dope, it's not money, it's dick money. That shit's
Exactly.
dick money,
That shit's-
son.
That shit's dick fucking money.
Dude, that's
dog.
like big dick money.
Dude, big dick money, bro. Veiny dick money right there.
Yeah.
We were talking about
thousands
deep
of
stuff
dollars.
a second ago.
Yeah,
What was it?
I forgot you asked me a dope question. And it was really awesome. And I missed it.
Oh, was to be of service.
Yeah.
So, like, many cultures around the world believe that the meaning of life for humanity, the reason we exist inside of a human shell is so we can be of service.
Yeah, I mean, look.
Sounds like one step away from slavery to me.
Right. This is where, you know, there's definitely, like, some qualms that come up when I hear that first.
Right.
I'm not immediately like, yes, that's what it's about. But at the same time, if it's broken down in certain ways and it's like to be of service to God or to be of service to those around you, to be of service, you know, there's a lot of ways that can be taken.
Yeah, Christian.
I think the idea implies just being productive in some way. I mean, you can be of service to yourself.
For sure.
I mean, the point being that you're not just wasting your talent or wasting your opportunity to have a talent or wasting your chance to explore things. That's what I think it comes down to, man. Like, anything that happens, you know, they say it all happens for a reason, and everyone wonders, why are we here, and why does this go this way, and why do these things happen, and like, I have to eat, and like, why, and dude, everything happens so that you can have those moments of growth or enjoyment. And, you know, the moments where you stop and look around and realize everything that has ever happened for this one thing, for this right now. And now we're moving on, right?
Right.
I mean,
totally.
We're all just in between badass moments.
For sure.
Right? And you just, if you're not working, you know, towards something, you are going to have fewer badass moments because you're not moving. You have to be moving forward or in some direction to experience a badass moment. If you're just stagnant,
for sure,
it's not going to happen.
What I like about the service thing is because I feel like a lot of the issue is you get in a receptive mode in life. Like, I think it's really easy to just take things, you know? And that's not always in a good way. Sometimes that's you staying at a job you don't like. You're just taking it. Daily.
Yeah.
And
take this money. Fine.
You know what I mean.
Yeah,
though.
no, I do know what you mean.
Especially if it's soul killing.
Right. Well, I mean, even you know.
So it's like, to be of service, I think you're right. To be of service to yourself is actually, that could be taken a very selfish direction, but I think that ultimately it is a good thing. It is where your head should be at. Don't be an egotistical bastard. People like humility, but on your insides, you can know that, like, you are living your day to help serve yourself, to make yourself have a more joyous experience, you know? And that will spread to everybody else. You don't even need to worry whether they receive it or not. It's going to happen.
You have to love yourself and treat yourself with love in order for you to be motivated enough to be your best self. And when you are your best self, you will exude goodness on the people around you. I mean, you will become a beneficial, productive entity.
For sure.
It just happens.
For sure.
We're just wired that way. It's fucking crazy when people, you know, are like sitting around, you know, woe is me, pity's me, you know, and admittedly, just like an hour ago, I was saying I was there, you know, and that's fucking pitiful, dude. What the fuck, you know? Get my shit together.
Well, it's tough because a lot of the times when I come home from work, I'm trying to feed, water, and nurture this thing that I want to take care of me instead of my work. And for that reason, you feel like instead of spending 8 hours a day at this other place, you should be spending that 8 hours there, like on what you want to like be your flotation device and keep you alive. Yet you don't have that time. You have 4 hours tops, and you usually want to spend it taking a nap or, you know, reading, relaxing. Which, you know, I totally get. It's like you have to push that motivation sometimes. You have to push it. Mm-hmm. And I also wonder, like, what if I didn't have hip hop specifically? What if I didn't even know what I wanted to do? I guess you can pick anything, but if you don't have that passion and you have that day-to-day grind, like...
That's really interesting, man. I think about things like that. In most of the jobs I've worked, I've had to, you know, be around lots and lots of customers all the time. And a lot of people you talk to, or a lot of coworkers even, and a lot of the people you talk to, it really sounds like they just go home and do this hobby that they got. Or, you know, I just go and watch TV. I just go and just do whatever the kids want to do. You know, like, I mean, you know, kudos, you know, you find your niche, find what you're into, but like my pops would come home and like he didn't want to work, he wanted to watch TV or you know, just chill. And I get it, you know, you work hard, you do what you want to do on your time off.
That is literally, that's what my instinct goes towards. That's like what my body would like to do when I first get home a lot of times.
Dang. Well, the thing is, you're supposed to be able to do that when you're doing what you want to do.
Right, because if I worked 8 hours in the studio,
exactly,
I would be relaxing and taking a break at that point.
So if your pops is doing what he loves to do at work, I guess.
My thing is,
I don't know.
I've never had an off switch, dude. Yeah. Like, I don't. If I was done with 8 hours of studio work, you know, or whatever, or on tour and shit, you know, whatever, like, I would be still painting. I'd still be running a dope landscape. I'd still be collecting turtles.
Right.
And
you have a lot of
like I would be doing some. Oh wow, cool! That means I'm doing this forever. I got 4 more hours to do stuff. What can I do? Oh my god! Oh man, what would I do? I would get back into coaching wrestling. That's exactly what I would do. Straight up. 4 more hours in my day? Shit, yeah. We'd have a badass team, dude. Yeah, it'd be sick.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
But, yeah. So yeah, again, that comes back to the idea of service, you know, being, if you can do more, do more. But, yeah.
I feel like the service to self is a very good point, though. Cause it's almost like our nature to feel like that's wrong. You know, it's in our culture to feel like we shouldn't be enjoying things. You know, I feel like at a certain point in my life, I almost forgot how to do it. Like, how do I enjoy myself? How the fuck do I have fun? Because you just get so hell-bent on making sure that everything is okay and that, you know, all your bases are covered and you're getting all of your errands done. Suck it up. You're getting to bed on time. You're eating healthy and exercising and, like, you know, and then you beat yourself up when you don't do one of those things. It's like somehow this impossible standard gets laid on you, and none of that is any service to yourself at all. Like, service to yourself would be doing those things, but you have to realize that you're doing those things for yourself, so you should just enjoy the experience.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, you grow up seeing everybody working 9 to 5.
Ones you want to do.
Yeah, pick what you want to do. If you don't want to work a 9 to 5, sitting at a cubicle, you don't have to. And it, it took me a long time to realize I don't have to clock in any fucking where, dude. I quit my job and became a handyman. Shit was dope. All of a sudden, I'm getting paid what I think I'm worth per hour. Funny how that works, you're more motivated to get out of bed. For me, my realization was feeling lost in my relationship with my now wife way back in the day, and actually going to speak to a priest about it. I was raised Roman Catholic. I still go to Roman Catholic Church when I get a chance. I'm not blind and stupid. All right, you'll figure it out if you keep watching our show. But it's very beautiful tradition. Aside from the '90s priests and their, funky practices of touching people, but other than that, it's pretty nice. The wafers usually suck, but my church makes. I'm getting off topic. What was it? And I went to talk to the priest, and he was saying, dude, there's nothing in the Bible that says lose yourself. There's nothing in the Bible that says give of what you don't have. It's, it's much more, and you're supposed to hold yourself up. You're supposed to achieve. God wants you. He was saying that God wants you to be happy. That's why he made all of this. Why go around being unhappy? There's 7 deadly, or there's whatever. So he was saying something about there's certain sins you really should not commit. Don't do those. You know what they are.
For sure. And
so that was a big turnaround. But it didn't really sink in until I started hanging out with, you, and especially more recently, you've been, in the last couple of years, been more about, the positivity and self-love. And then I came out here and met a lot of dudes up in Boulder, and actually Bruce Bowman with the We Are Change movement. What up, man? He's been very helpful in my establishment out here. But he, one night I was at the Liberty Lodge, which is up in Wheat Ridge, and we're all hanging out, and he was talking at length about self-love. And it was very eye-opening. It was very eye-opening, and it really resonated with me that particular night. So,
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure, man.
Yeah, I recommend it for everyone. That's really what the 4 pillars of Liquid Sound Disciples are about. You know what I'm saying? It's mental health, physical health, spiritual health, and community health. The mental health always comes first. Community health always comes last. But none of them can exist without each other. If you're working on one, you need to be working on the other 3, because that will enhance the one that you're working on, and vice versa. You're never going to be perfect at all of them, but you got to keep working at them. Mental health always comes first, because you have to make a decision that you're going to love yourself, respect yourself, and be your best self. And when you do that, you just have to think that every day, and it's hard. It's easier said than done, but you have to train yourself to think that, and eventually you're going to be motivated to want to exercise. You're eventually going to feel so good that you're going to want to thank something. And to me, you don't have to go to church. I recommend that you go to church. I recommend you go to the church of your parents, just for family's sake. It's good to have that bond. But do whatever you got to do, and I'm not saying be blind. He says, do it for the tradition and being with your family. Don't go and just be like, the Bible says. No. To go and,
don't
be
follow
open-minded.
blindly,
Yeah, don't follow blindly at all. Question everything.
That's all.
Okay, just question everything. But the point is to be thankful. That's ultimately the point of spirituality, is to understand that we are all connected with everything. The animals, the plants, each other, people we don't like, people that hate us, people that are in war, that make war, our enemies. We are all connected. All of our actions have a shrapnel and ripple effect on everything around us. We need to be aware of that, and we need to be aware of how we can improve ourselves, and we need to be grateful for the opportunities that we have. And those things come naturally when you respect yourself, love yourself, exercise. If you're helping out in the community, you're gonna feel really good, and you're gonna glow, and you're gonna carry that. Everybody's gonna feed off of that.
Yeah. I definitely learned that. R.I.P. Steven Weber, my friend who recently took his life. He didn't keep his community around, and I think that's ultimately, I mean, who knows? I don't know all the details of what went on in his life, but around that particular area, but I do know that he tends to push people out, and I was one of the people he pushed out, and I'm not mad at him for it, but he gave me a very important lesson, because suicide has definitely crossed my mind. I'm probably really far from doing it because I don't have the balls, but the fact that it crosses my mind a lot is like, you got to have your community next to you, because if my community's here, it's never going to happen to me. And I want to push forward for the community, you know? It's easy to lose yourself.
That's an important symptom of depression, is the pushing away of close friends.
Yeah.
So, you know, if somebody's pushing you away, I understand, give them some space, but
I think it's because of shame. I think it's because at a certain point they're ashamed at where they've gotten to in their life, and they don't want other people to see it. So don't ever be ashamed. You don't ever have to be ashamed. Fuck that shit.
Oh my God. I don't know if I've been depressed, but I have definitely lived in some shameful circumstances, guys.
For sure.
It's all right. It's okay. You know? If anything, you could, you know, talk to us.
Holla at your boys.
Yeah. So, I mean, the point I was trying to make about, you know, if your friends are trying to be reclusive, to me, a good friend is annoying as fuck. I'm just kidding.
Ow, my pride.
Oh, son of a bitch.
A good friend is someone you can live with and take their annoying as fucks. That's who it is.
Hell yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
I do have to say, it's been an hour. We can keep going.
Dude, I'm down an hour.
I'm just letting you know that's our elapsed time over there.
Cool.
This is our analytics over here, showing us how many people.
Dude, we have some.
Get someone recently.
Guys,
so
we got analytics. Who's the new guy?
I don't know how to.
So yeah, it's good to
please chat with us.
Yeah, chat with us.
Through, you know, say hi and stuff.
Pinot Grigio. I don't think I've ever had a Pinot Grigio. Is that white? Is that a white wine?
Pinot Grigio is a white wine, I believe. Yes.
Dude, I know my shit. Look at
Pinot Grigio.
Yeah, I know Carla Rossi, Communion, and Box White Zinfandel. And now Riesling.
Box White Zinfandel. Zinfandel does come in bottles as well.
Oh, well, I just found that out recently too. Who knew? Fucking shit.
That's like the cheap Zin.
What's the? So yeah, it's been an hour.
Anyway, yeah, you know, I don't know. I'm just.
Our buddy
you guys
said.
Want to wrap it up with, or do you want to?
I feel good. This is a good first run.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think so.
Hope.
Try to keep them within an hour, I'd say.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll plan for more.
I'm definitely gonna look back at it. And
yeah.
Listen to me ramble.
Next time we will definitely have more topics laid out, more structure. It's just gonna grow from here, you know, guys. So.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be buffer.
It's my girlfriend who's watching.
We can just like keep going, dude. You know why?
We could live on the internet, bro.
We really could.
But people don't want to see living. They want to see cool, awesome shit condensed down to dopeness.
I'm showing this side of my face.
Do you see that drop? Look at that. Look at that curve. He's trying to get the form.
I'm forcing my jaw.
I can't. There we go.
There it is. Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah, guys. You know.
What should we talk about, dude?
Just more
LiquidSoundDisciples.com.
Yeah, LiquidSoundDisciples.com. We're trying to put some tour dates together for next year.
Here's a question: what makes whack rap whack?
That's gonna be another 15, 20 minutes.
Oh man, okay.
You know that, right?
So,
no worries. I think that might
personal belief. I
personal
mean,
belief.
really,
Well, of course, right?
It just comes down to, for me.
Yet universally, I think there is a cultural belief on it. You know, like a room full of people can hear something, and you know that a majority of them are like, "This is whack."
Right, but no, I can't do that anymore. I used to be able to be in a room and think that the other people were thinking this is whack, but the stuff that I think is whack, people think is dope, man.
Whack, whack rap, especially nowadays, is subjective.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. I mean,
and honestly, whack music, let's just say in general, can be objective, right? Mm-hmm. It is when it's just not done production-wise, right? When it's just not done on the simple, parts of music to the core, like bars, beats, structure, song length, all that shit down to the core. If that is not even done particularly whack, you can get a 4-year-old kid to do like and that was dope for what they did. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because they did something that was the core structure of it that's good.
Well, it was also, I think, the times. Like if NWA came out today, it would not work with the times. Right.
For Populous, yes, and that's the thing. What's bad about now is that Populous is not whack now. Populous is not whack, supposedly, but nowadays the pop music of all sorts is just whack. In our opinion, in a lot of people's opinion.
What I think is whack about it is when it's, predictable. That's I can't stand when it's all sounding the same to me.
Right.
When I'm on the radio and I can't tell the difference between this guy or that guy, and I just want originality. That's all. I just want.
It's a big subject, guys.
Yeah,
we can dive into this hardcore.
There's, and I want to know. I guess, like, there's a preferred style that you can go to, right? You have your go-to style, but I want to know that you're versatile. Like, to me, a professional is versatile. You know what I mean? A professional can do what he's got to do under any circumstances. All right, this beat. Okay, this beat. All right, this beat. Yeah. How about this one?
Cookie cutters.
I don't want to. I don't want to be like, no, man. Can you slow it down? Slow it down a little bit. I like it. I like it mad slower. Okay. How about the next song? Yeah, I kind of want the same speed.
Yeah, I'll tell you something that's whack. Motherfuckers go up there and their song is basically the entire song already recorded. Yeah. And they
doubles
lip sync. Like,
or they spit over it.
Spitting over it, I've heard people at least mix it well. I'll be like, okay. And I'll always give anybody credit for having the balls to go up on stage and perform something they made. I gotta give credit for that, because that's not easy. But if you go up there and, like, people could... This guy didn't even look like he practiced his lip syncing at the last show I was at. And this happens all the time. I think it's whack as fuck. Like, you don't have a guitar player go up there and have a guitar solo on a recording playing in the background for him to, like, match up with. He just plays his instrument. So why is it so hard for rappers to just go up there and play their instrument,
Dude, and see, here's the confusing thing. I hate that, but I cannot rap over my lyrics, dude. Like, it fucks me up. I just sit there listening to my lyrics. I'm always behind because I'm like, I'm supposed to rap now. It sounds atrocious, to be honest. I mean, there's a difference between, being the only guy there and having your backups mixed in, like punch-ins or little interactions, like this dude Zodiac in Phoenix. What up, Zodi? His tracks had just the backups, just the enhancing punch-in parts, and in between songs he would have Like at one point, I remember it pissed me off, dude. It was the first time I ever had him do a show for me, man. This was way back in the day, a long time ago, at a place called the North Shore, dude. I don't even know if it's still there. It might be called It's called Third Base now, actually, in Tucson, off of Golf Links and Cove, I think, maybe Wilmot, whatever it is. Dude was there. He was like, this song had just finished. He was talking to the crowd, and his phone rang, and I was so mad, bro. Like, what the fuck? Cause he answered it.
Oh, go on.
Dude, yeah, he fucking answered it. And I was like, what the fuck?
Because that's fucking performing 101. Turn your fucking phone off. It's going to a show 101.
Yeah, dude, duh. And then it was part of the show.
Yeah.
That was the whole fucking thing was, he's like, this lady starts yelling at him over the phone, but we can hear it on the speaker, you know? And he's like talking to her, and then he hangs up on her and goes into this song. Why don't you just leave me alone? Quit sending me something, calling on my phone, and dude, it was badass. It's badass. So there's a way to do it.
Performing.
You know, I did it when I dropped Traffic.
And this, even lip syncing, there's a way to get to the status where people, and I think it's whack still. There's a lot of commercial hip hop artists. Their shows, what are they doing? They're not even spitting all the flows of it. They're being like, "Yeah, you guys know the words. You do it." You know.
Yeah.
So but people love that shit. People love that shit. Yeah, this is because this song's on the radio. I know this, and I know this album.
It's like a part of the show.
Yeah, so I'm doing the show. It's
Selfie!
It's not you doing the show. It's us. Yay!
I should get my money back, or
they
split it with me.
Exactly.
Would you argue against somebody who says that rappers are not musicians?
Ooh, it depends.
Some rappers
it depends. Some rappers are not. Yeah.
Some are just
what makes
word
a
talkers
rapper a musician?
Who use rapping as an instrument.
I think it has to do more with. Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
In my
Go ahead.
half, you had your half though. No, that was just my half. I'm short and concise. You go on. Okay. You go on.
What was the question? I forgot.
What? I forgot.
What what makes a rapper a musician?
Okay, so we had this argument a while back, like. I think there's a certain level of music knowledge and skill that you have to have outside of writing. I mean,
a musician, I see. Yeah.
You know, to rap, you have to be able to write a beat. You don't need to know anything about melody or tunes or octaves. You don't have to know anything about, you don't have your vocal skill that you need is projection and enunciation. You don't need to learn where to resonate your voice in different places, although it makes you doper if you do.
Yeah, I mean, I think there is a lot of... I feel 9 years into rapping now that I'm just getting a grip of my voice, you know? And I was pretty cocky and confident back in the day that I had a grip on my voice.
Also, we should check that.
But listening back to my old recordings, I'm like, ugh. Like, you know, I was yelling when I didn't need to. Like, really, like, there was emotion I was trying to get across that I'm just now figuring out how to get across. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure that will do nothing but develop with time. Forgot where I was going with that.
Well, no, I mean, I think about, like, evolution, right? Growing and...
But
being musical,
right? But what makes a rapper a musician? Because me personally, knowledge-wise, I ain't know shit. It's like you said, I don't know about any music theory.
Okay, so yeah, knowing
I can play the drums. I learned an instrument, but I didn't like become an expert at it. I played it for a couple years. Could I play in a band? Yeah, but I'm not like an amazing drummer. I wouldn't be like the greatest drummer for a band ever.
If you make music, you should be a musician, right?
Right. So I suppose the instrument helps, but it also to me, that isn't what solidifies me. Like, my rap is what I would want to show people if I was, like, trying to show off my skill as a musician.
Because I can rap with no beat.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
And still, still deliver, still give you something, that'll captivate. If like poetry. I mean, a rapper is, I believe, a poet first and foremost.
For sure.
It just so happens that there is, musicians that give them music to do. Like, I feel like dudes like Kendrick Lamar is definitely a musician, man. I mean, he's there making the decisions about what sound is going where and why, and I want this feeling to go this, whatever. There's a lot of guys that, let me hear what beat you got. I don't like it. Okay, that's a banger. Let me get in there. Right. All predictable. Hey. Yeah, dude.
Banger.
All right, put an auto tune on it. I'm out. Meet me at the club.
You want to see how I do?
So, is it skill level? Is it the ability to write a song, or does that just make you a songwriter?
It's ability to make music.
Yeah, it's the ability to be about. It's to understand more about the track than just the raps. For a long time, the reason I got into engineering and stuff is I felt like way behind. I needed to do something other than rap. I felt like I was behind the game in music. Like, I knew people that played instruments and they were all way better than me. Why wouldn't I just have them be on a track? But I didn't know that many producers or engineers. And so, to me, that's where my music knowledge is a good ear for making the stuff sound good and clean and clear.
Right.
That's deeper than, I don't know all the terminology, but I can coach a singer, to do their best in the studio. Not all singers. There are definitely many. I've met many that are way out of my league, for sure. But I mean, I can get the sound I want out of a studio, or out of any artist that's there doing whatever craft they have. But I still have a hard time calling myself a musician because I don't play instruments. I can't carry a tune very well,
Right.
That's
if someone
why I
was
rap.
to say I'm not a musician, I would have a hard time arguing with them.
Right.
Even though I've made multiple albums and shit.
It's not fair though.
Right.
I think it only takes one thing. Can you fucking knock on the door and make some music?
Yeah.
Why does that make you a musician?
For sure. Yeah.
If you can understand music, and especially as rapping, if you can rap with your voice and just make it musical.
Right, but not all rappers can do that.
Right.
Not all rappers want to. Not all rappers
and those
try.
guys aren't musicians.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Like
Understanding that it's
like if
deeper.
you're-
But you guys
than the
definitely can
lyrics.
say you're musicians. I just want to
Say it.
Appreciate it.
Like if you were solely a battle rapper.
Right.
Little
Well,
less
but
of a
even
musician.
but like what I think, like Soulcon, right? You guys remember Soulcon?
Uh-huh.
That guy could spit a flow a cappella and make it sound so musical. You know what I mean? Like, just the way he used his voice.
So you're saying, well, Soulcon's a great musician. He has dope albums and shit too.
Right.
But like, let's say somebody who doesn't make any music whatsoever, they just battle rap. Would you consider them to be a musician or just a rapper?
Is that music performancing?
I mean, it's a cappella.
If it's
So-
music,
It's music in the sense that it's his voice,
is it
he's-
more fighting with your?
Yeah, like,
there's
there's certainly a rhythm to it.
Right.
Because at some
Right,
point
true.
you could argue that a courtroom is music.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Here's the thing.
'Cause he's got a
the
drum?
music part of a hip hop track is the beat.
Right. Like if you can't rap
So,
to a beat,
yeah.
then you are not a musician.
I mean, if that's all you
But
are as a
I don't
rapper.
know, man. But even if you
There
can,
might be some
because
loopholes. Right.
does that count as music?
Yes.
Why?
But because
is annoying as
beat.
fuck.
It's on beat.
So is dripping water.
Right? No. That's just a metronome. A metronome's not music.
Bro, that's universe.
You need
Yeah.
versatility. Yes, and music is a fucking hardcore word. We're talking. I told you it's gonna be a long ass conversation.
Dude, I like it.
You need
I
to
like
write
it.
these
What is
down.
music, Mike?
One
Mike.
of these
Fell into a
needs-
rabbit hole.
One of these needs to be
Yeah.
a theme of one of our videos.
For sure.
But yes, I like dabbling and all this stuff, but let's not go too far into rabbit holes.
Well, you know.
But why not?
Because let's move on to the next one.
This is a great argument. I want to know what other people think it means to be
I would like to
musical.
know what other people think too.
Yeah, we need to invite more people. Give me.
But
a
if
second.
we have an hour and 20 minutes, even when this is done, when you upload it, who's gonna watch an hour and 20 minutes? You know, it's gonna be like an hour is good. I'm telling you.
Who? What? All right. So how do they find it?
You gotta go. I'll text it to you.
Okay. Dang it. All right. So, what else is happening in this world? Yeah, I guess it's like we've had the same conversation about what is art. You know what I mean? And
Right.
you know, I guess it
Flag
is
in a
just-
toilet. Boom. Art. Done.
right.
That wins
Look at
awards.
art.
Yeah.
Was that good? Was that good? Was
Yeah.
that good art, guys? You guys like it?
Yeah, I
Performance
like
art, dude. Man, shit was stressful. I thought about it.
Your parents fucked, made you your art. Boom.
Dude, wow. Hey man. Is there a difference between porn and art? I think porn is a kind of art, really.
Oh, definitely.
I
Yeah.
mean, you know, somebody has to think of it and orchestrate it, put it all together.
Write a script.
Yeah, you know? Yeah, of course, because I
The,
script all of
the
my,
actors
all
have
my
to
sex.
rehearse their lines and do vocal exercises
Right.
beforehand.
Could you imagine being on a date with your old lady, you know? You're all like getting back to the house, you're like, you know, kick off some cheesy line you've been practicing all day, and she just doesn't say what you wanted her to say, you know? Like, I've been there.
Faux show.
Yeah. Yeah. So what else, dude? What else we
Nothing.
got?
I can't want to wrap this up. So, what else you guys want to talk about?
I feel pretty satisfied. Feel like this went well.
Cool.
Mhm.
Me too.
If you watched, we're honored. Thanks.
Very honored.
And yeah, there'll be more. So
There'll be very much more.
have
Yeah.
have a good night, y'all.
Cool. I think we should always end with nipple rubs.
So, I'm down with that.